We're talking about how we're building an art studio in our garden.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to say that?
I thought that was the introduction.
So we bought an art studio.
We bought a horse shed that we're going to turn into an art studio.
Okay, so we bought a horse shed. This is part 1 of building an art studio in our back garden.
And action.
So when we first bought this house back in the summer of 2021, we knew that we wanted to build an art studio because Peter's an artist. We both know how important it is to have a space where you feel like you can actually get work done.
This is my current studio / kitchen.
We don't have a dining table right now because this is where Peter paints.
So we bought a horse shed to turn into an art studio because we don't have much space in the house. We thought this would be a good idea. So we're going to be able to have the studio and also on the other side, if we have room, put the Peloton and the treadmill. So we got a little fitness suite in there too.
So we bought this horse shed a few months after we bought the house. Do you remember doing that?
Oh yeah. I don't know if you've got B-roll, but cut to the B-roll.
It was a really good deal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think we got it for probably about a third of what it would have cost us to buy just the timber alone, and it was less than a year old. So that was a really good deal. But we had to act really fast because the guy wanted it, or really just needed it, out of the field really quickly. What I didn't capture in this is that I actually had just recently had wrist surgery, so I wasn't actually able to pick up anything. So I wasn't much help, but I did hold the camera because I knew we'd want to document this.
But also, the guys that we hired the truck and trailer from, did all the work. We didn't expect them to, but they were just super helpful, weren't they?
We got the studio back to our house, we unloaded it, we covered it in tarps, and then we promised that we would make it a priority.
Are you going to show a video of it still there?
I am.
Yeah, it's still sat there.
We thought, what better way to be held accountable than actually making the video that says we're building an art studio in our garden, because that will force us to take action. This time next month, we are going to be sitting down and actually applying for planning permission, because if you're not from the UK, over here in the UK, we can buy houses and we can have property, but if you basically want to do anything, you have to apply for planning permission and get permission to do it. It's not like Canada where I grew up, where you can just throw a barn up in the back garden and that's it, done and dusted.
Well, yeah, it's to cover your bum in case someone kicks off that they don't like what you're doing. You got the backing from the council to say that you're good to go, basically, and it's all going to be structurally sound and not just held together with tape and blue tack and chewing gum.
I don't think we would do that anyways, but yes, that...
I don't know. My building skills is probably...
Your building skills are good. I'm excited to get into this project.
I'm good at bodging things together.
He says that, but he's actually really good at building. You're good at building. Basically, we've been collecting tools. We've got a garage that's full of tools. We've been collecting other things, we've got a cement mixer for when we're ready to pour what are those things called? Form things?
Concrete form tubes, I think they're called.
Concrete form tubes.
Which aren't that easy to get hold of in England. I don't think it's the standard thing. I think the standard thing for a building like this is just a big concrete slab. But we thought it might be a bit easier to remove if we ever did have to, just 6 concrete cylinders.
Mm-hmm. So that's what we're planning on doing. We haven't gone as far as pouring the concrete into them yet because we're going to apply for planning permission and hopefully that will be approved. So this time next month, we'll be sitting down and applying for planning permission.
And you 50 people can hold us accountable.
You're being quite optimistic, assuming that we're even going to have 50 people watching this, Peter. What if it's 1? It's probably just my mom.
I'm aiming high.
Should we take them out to the garden and show them what it looks like now?
The dogs will hear.
Well, they've already heard. They know. Should we take them out to the garden?
What, the dogs?
No, the 50 people watching.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Do that thing that they do in, what's it called? Homes Under the Hammer, where they look around and be like, So it probably sounds like we don't have a clue what we're doing, and that's mostly correct. So we're just learning it stage by stage because it's just going to be information overload if we just think about everything at once. So we'll get the planning permission sorted and then figure out how we're actually going to put this thing up.
Yeah. And hopefully there's no drama in the application.
Cut to a year from now and we're still fighting the council and the people that don't like us.
Do we want to say like when we're hoping to have it built by?
No, because it's out of our control. You don't know how long it's going to take to get the planning permission back, do we?
I mean, in an ideal world, it would be nice to have it up by the summer, but
Yeah.
that's out of our control. If you've enjoyed this video so far, please toss it a like and subscribe to our channel for part 2 of building an art studio in our back garden. If you want to continue watching more of our content, then we're going to put a video up here that we think you'll like, and if you want to watch what YouTube thinks you'll like, you can click here.
Okay, bye!